Good morning.
Good morning, campers. So we have these dead cedar trees. These are conifers, not deciduous trees that lose their leaves. And what we're finding is that the trees don't go down into the soil. The roots are right on the surface because that's the only place there is anything. It's lake bottom here. So these cedars do sprout on their own. You can walk around and pick these up. Wintertime probably be better, but not necessary. The trick is you have to put them into some sort of soil medium. So what we have today is a attempt at doing what is in this video that was just put up from Montana. They're saying fire suppression efforts that have been going on in the forest circus for 100 years, putting out fires is reducing the carbon. We have a pit here that has the dirt pulled back, so it makes a soil berm in a circle, and that reduces the oxygen from feeding the fire. So yesterday we were working and throwing stuff on there. This stuff here we will cut with the chainsaw, grab it with the DR power wagon and haul it right over to burn to heat the hot tub, the bathtub. But some of it we just keep this debris from piling up, and we needed to have a fire. So we're going to demonstrate how, if you are really busy making sure you get your morning walk in and bike ride, you might be able to have a little time to use some of these tools to make some charcoal for reforesting. This is not working. This is an epidemic. This needs to be dealt with. What do you do with it? Well, you could make fine lumber, which a lot of this has rot in it. These are not healthy. Those over there, somebody's cutting down healthy cedar trees and bringing me the logs. We get to deal with all the half-dead, rotten, not dealt with resources, not in a timely fashion managed. It's full of termites, carpenter ants. This is cedar. It's supposed to be bug resistant. Well, that's the high elevation cedar that has tight growth rings, a really rough life, grown up in a forest, as opposed to sitting out by itself. The growth rings are quite wide. It doesn't have the oils in it that the bugs don't like. And it's a hard thing to make use of. This is a Oregon ash tree, and I wanted to just quickly demonstrate. I think a set of wheelbarrow handles is $15. So Jenna milled these up. They were having quite a bit of movement as the blade was going through them, but she managed to get a fairly straight cuts. And this one's a little risky for me to put my weight on, but I'm just here to demonstrate this resource needs to be utilized. these characteristics are valuable. So now I can't find the hook 'em snivvy, Jenna. You don't see it anywhere.
I don't. I see a hoe on the wagon over there, but we've got a steamy pile. So grass that was cut a couple days ago sits in a pile.
And winter fall leaves.
Yeah.
This steel here is a catch basin from the street.
Do you see it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's actually two of them, so we stack one on top of each other. It created a oxygen inhibits the oxygen from getting in.
So what we've got now we piled the debris on top last night after we put, I don't know, 20 gallons of water to extinguish it because we wanted the char. We took that extra effort to not just let it go to ash. And so now this is optimum composting material because as all the leaves and the grass are breaking down, the carbon is negatively charged, so it's going to absorb in what would go off into the atmosphere as all of the leaves and the grass are breaking down.
So some of this stuff is not...
It was kind of big wood. It didn't char completely.
Well, it was soaking wet wood that was sitting under some leaves, no airspace between it, no sunshine. But that's not too bad. We're getting something rather than a pile of ash.
Correct.
And like I said, you know, I don't understand why people don't have the time to mess around with this. Why we have to rely on some sort of university in Idaho to explain to us that this is not out there in the forest. We could really use something so simple. Mix it with these leaves and grass clippings. And somebody with a bit of a green thumb that can remember we're in the water.
Mm-hmm. And have a worm bin because the vermiculture is an incredible fertilizer that eats up your kitchen waste and then creates microbial activity on site, immediate. They work for you. So you have a box, you throw the scraps in with your coffee grinds, and you can pour water through it and get some tea, or you can mine it all out.
What about having ducks, rabbits, chickens?
Right. Manure.
And what about urinating?
Saving your nitrogen. Yep.
just too much work, and it takes so long. I'm going to cut into us driving up to Seattle to watch the Seahawks today, Jenna. We won't have time.
Yeah, we won't be doing that. The other thought of how compost generates heat to heat a greenhouse. You know, let nature do the work. And that could enable having fresh things to eat through the winter.
Okay, you can kind of see. Come over here with the camera. So you've seen these. They are made in China. It's usually a grate that water will go down into the pipe system in a storm event. But they also make this solid cap. So I took one of these grates, stacked it on top of another grate, so there's actually two of them, and put the solid grate down below. I have the open grate. I could cook food, put a pot of water on here. There's different options. I also had a hydraulic tank. So in the world of hydraulics, you have to have a reservoir of oil, and you use off of it in order to feed your cylinders. Wood splitter would be hydraulic. Anyway, this is solid steel enough, plus it's got the pipe fittings. I want to put that on there to distill vinegar. I wonder how much of these dead trees has to do with glyphosate Roundup. If you take store-bought vinegar and boil the water out of it, you concentrate its percentage of vinegar, put it in a sprayer, go around, and you can kill plant life that you don't want. I think it's still too risky to use it near trees or plants that you want. The vinegar alters pH, could act in a negative way to something like that you were trying to grow, and supposedly you aren't going to grow anything there for a while because of the vinegar. But I think it's a trade-off. I want to make things look neat and tidy. I have things I want to eliminate from where they are, and hoeing them with weeding devices is not so ideal. So that is what this got the paint burned off, and now I'm going to distill vinegar, put it in a pump sprayer, and I think we're going to go have breakfast.
Yeah.
I'm pretty thinking this is a decent amount. It will go mixed with this, and it will provide a medium for harvesting these little trees.
Propagating.
Yep. Reforestation.
Yes. Well, thanks for watching, and hope this is of interest and gets your mind thinking about how to simplify and create your own soil material. Thanks for watching. Bye.
And reduce fire hazards.
Oh, yes.